Fortune just published this headline, Gen Z is already nostalgic for TikTok and the platform is only 6 years old, and I want to talk about it. They point to a Harris Poll survey from March, which is this month, that found that 79% of Gen Z TikTok users missed the platform's early days, with the top grievances being too many ads and brands, loss of raw, unfiltered content, the addition of TikTok Shop. 60% say they trust the platform less than before, although, as I write here, I'm frankly surprised it's not higher because there was so much distrust when TikTok changed ownership, and also the ban that didn't happen in 2025. They quote the chief strategy officer of Harris Poll, who says Gen Z still shows up to TikTok every day, but they're showing up skeptical, exhausted, and nostalgic for a version of the platform that's already gone. That's not loyalty, that's habit, and habits break. That framing, that's not loyalty, that's habit, seems like it was written by ChatGPT, but that aside, I think she has a very good point. We are going to TikTok, I'm not Gen Z, but I am a TikTok user. We're going to TikTok just out of habit. Our finger is going there because that is what we are used to doing. It reminds me of when I was a young adult out of college, going to facebook.com on my browser because it was the old days, just out of habit. It wasn't because Facebook gave me anything at that point. Facebook's heyday had passed, and that habit was replaced by going to Twitter. That was my habit, and I got a lot from that. But then with changes on the platform the last couple of years, I stopped getting anything from Twitter, and so I started to go to TikTok. So TikTok basically replaced that impulse that Twitter once had for me. I still get a lot from TikTok. I study youth trends. Like, I see a lot of interesting stuff on my FYP, but I do feel like the quality has gone down and the consistency of the content on my FYP has diminished. And I'm curious what you think, what comes next. We're seeing a rise of analog trends, grandma hobbies, knitting, game nights, all of this stuff. But while people are pushing back against algorithms and tech, I just really think that an app has to replace that impulse. You're not going to replace your TikTok habit with knitting. You're just not. For me, it went Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Like, what comes next? What comes next? If you think about this evolution, each of these platforms gave us a lot of entertainment. At one point, the instant gratification that we got from these platforms was extremely high until it was diminished for one reason or another. And so the next platform has to figure out how to really ramp up the instant gratification without making us feel bad, because that is why so many of us have moved away from these platforms. So if another app exists that you think is the front runner for the next big app, I'm curious what it is. Or if maybe the app doesn't even exist, what is the behavior? What is the platform that we need post TikTok? Is there a post TikTok? What does that even look like? I don't know. It's fun to think about.